Okay, X-Men Apocalypse. What, 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 what can I say? Okay, first word, wow, and second word, why? What's the point other than making another X-Men movie? Like, obviously, I understand that Marvel needs money. And that's what this movie is. It's a cash grab. It's money, okay? And I'm gonna put my camera down so that I can fully explain to you what this movie is. Okay, so first of all, I walked into this film thinking, okay, it's an X-Men movie. There's been a few good X-Men movies, and this movie had the same cast with a few different actors and actresses. But okay, this movie is not good. It is one of the worst X-Men movies I've ever seen in my life. It is garbage. It is a piece of shit. Okay, so let me explain my unhappiness with this film. Okay, so Apocalypse is Apocalypse is a character, of course, based out of the X-Men universe. And he's supposed to be this large, sentient, godlike being. And he's not at all impressive. He's this teeny tiny little thing. And second of all, the whole story centers, and here's why this film doesn't work. Okay, a few reasons why the film doesn't work, but here's the main reason why this film doesn't work. It's because Marvel is exhausting the story of Magneto, the story of Mystique, the story of Charles Xavier. I mean, okay, if you want to get into the series, okay, that's fine. This is a great place to start. I'd even recommend X-Men First Class, but for people like myself, it is a waste of money. It is a waste of money. As a matter of fact, I was happy when I literally had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't mind. I had to go to the bathroom. So, okay, here's the other reason why the film doesn't work. There's the plot. It's I felt like I was watching Spider-Man 2 all over again. The plot was Spider-Man 2, um, Magneto's family was taken away from him. Um, then, so on and so forth. His wife and his mother died. So his wife and his daughter died, whatever. But both those things happened. And it's the plot. The plot is Spider-Man 2. And I, you know, you know, I enjoyed Spider-Man 2. I did a review on that. And I felt like I was watching, like, this movie feels like and acts like it was directed by Sam Raimi. Like, honestly, just with the sort of wacky sort of song choices, the 80s tunes, the just the wacky song tunes that make no sense. It's done in a Sam Raimi sort of fashion. But if Sam Raimi had seen this, he would have agreed with. I think he would have agreed with me, because the plot is exactly like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, and just the directing style, it acts and feels just like a Sam Raimi film. But it's not, here's the thing, X-Men is not meant to be Spider-Man. X-Men is not meant to be like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. X-Men is supposed to be X-Men. I mean, I know, Marvel, how could you, like, okay, there's been, I will say, there's been many X-Men movies made, and I'm sure there's going to be more, but after seeing this train wreck of a film, I have no interest. I've discovered, I discovered, when the movie was coming out, it was announced, I saw the trailers online, blah, 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 blah. I thought, okay, another X-Men movie. I'm sort of losing interest. Now, I've discovered I've fully lost interest in seeing any other X-Men film ever again, because this is fucked, and this is one of the worst X-Men movies I've ever seen in my life, and I don't recommend seeing this film for hardcore fans at all. I mean, okay, yeah, and then here's the other thing. There's so many characters. Why so many characters? I mean, you've got Apocalypse, you've got Scott Summers, you've got Jean Grey, you've got Storm. Which, okay, Storm had barely any lines. All she did was scream. All she did was scream. Like, she had one, and it wasn't even dialogue. It was just screaming. It was just screaming. But no, I don't recommend seeing this film. I just had seen it not too long ago, and one of the worst X-Men movies I've seen in my life, and I've totally lost all interest. So, that's my review, and it gets a 0. Just because, lastly, there's there's so much predictability. There is an overwhelming amount of predictability. So, so anyway, guys, that's my review. If you want to go see this movie, that's fine. But it is a waste of money. It is a total waste of money. And that's exactly, I think, why this movie was made. Is because money. And it is a waste of money, at least in my opinion. So, that concludes my review. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys. As I said, one of the worst X-Men movies I've ever seen in my life. Never going to see one again. Ever.